place to facilitate transdisciplinary engagement between students and staff from across the university.
We sort of drafted business cards and kind of like a temp logo that we used for a bit. And then we hit the Freshers' Fair to try and get the word out there, try and promote, kind of like a continued development from there really.
I think to start with as well, when we were talking to students at the Freshers' Fair, it was still really new in our minds as well. So just hearing other people's ideas and approaches of how they would go about the club really helped us, and we just gave us a few ideas, didn't it, for sessions.
We launched Innovolvement at the Students' Union in November. We had like performers, we had guest speakers, we had Professor Joe Farah speaking, we had Eva Russo, who was part of the Bridge group, which was kind of a similar group at the University of Brighton, which we kind of wanted to bring that kind of presence here.
So the transdisciplinarity session, we had Cressida Bauer speaking, and she helped with Bridge Club, and she was talking about her career and how transdisciplinary it's been.
She's got her vibrant background of the arts and science, which is kind of the two polar opposites, but then it's come out in the way that she worked. And that was kind of the whole message of that session, is that having that diversity in the way that you work will result in your work and it will make it better. Then we had our citizenship session, which we held in January, and we had two guest speakers at that event. We had Claire Martin from Pompey in the Community, which is a really great charity, doing a lot with sort of Portsmouth Football Club and sort of like local children. And then we also had a lecturer from drama and theatre his research kind of focuses around community, so it was really interesting to hear his opinion. He really kind of deconstructed the idea of what a community is, and that led to like kind of like a debate. Working with the guys from Hack Pompey, we then sort of went and spoke to the fashion textile staff in CCI, and they were really keen and really up for it, which was great. And then we kind of held a briefing event to kind of relay the theme to people.
And we had three speakers. Zach from Hack Pompey, so he was explaining all about hacks and the aim of the day through a technology point of view, and just letting the students know what support there was, and if they do bring in some technology that they will be able to get help with it. And then we have Ming Wu, and he is a designer. He's created rings which hold memory cards, so we had him coming in just to show like the kind of way we were going about it. And we had Professor Joe Farah speaking as well about sustainability.
Another aspect to the fashion hack was the sustainability side, so not only was it fashion and tech, it was also reusing and upskilling things. Things that they made, we encouraged them that they were recycled things. So like if they're making fashion items, that all the garments were old garments that were recycled, just things you kind of had laying around the house, like an old pair of jeans, an old top and stuff. And then we even incorporated the tech, and we went around CCI Eldon building and we kind of located loads of unused tech, and that was really good because we kind of sourced that all. The Fashion Hack has left a real impact actually on the faculty. Tom Cluley was really passionate about it, and he spoke at the event about sort of sustainability in fashion and the future of fashion. They've now incorporated it into their CAP period, where students have to design a dress, but now they have to incorporate an element of technology into it. One of the best things that, for me, that was made was the high heels. They're basically high-heeled shoes that when you kind of click them together, kind of a bit like Dorothy from Wizard of Oz, it played music. When they were explaining at the end, they were kind of like, it's like an everyday, like the sidewalk is your runway.
All the materials for the day we sourced from other places, and we wanted it to be, we were using waste as the new raw material. We went to the Beneficiary Foundation, which is in Fratton, and they were very helpful and gave us lots of materials, lots of fun things like seat belts and
surgical hat. People made really nice like ruffled like tops with those, and they were really, really nice. Even if you're not interested in fashion and technology, if you're interested in sustainability, that was even another aspect to it. So I think bringing those areas into one event, it was a bit daunting, but I think it worked really well, and I think that's kind of what helped the success of the Fashion Hack, is that it appealed to a really diverse group of people.
But we have managed to get an MP3 player and speaker into a booth, and you can just about hear it.
When we think of fashion, we We think of clothes. We think of designer items. But what's more fashionable than retro computing?
Pretty cool. I took a glove and stuck a makey on top of it, and then connected a load of wires to tin foil so I could actually use the buttons. Pretty simple, and you could play Half-Life with it as well.
Me and Beth wanted to make a light up skirt, so we made a light up skirt.
Basically, the more you move, the brighter it is, the more fun.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of, I think it's quite beautiful even without moving it.
Under my collar, and it's a sensor that knows when I put the coat on. So when I put my coat on, it goes, oh, I'm in the house.
Are you sorting hash?
I'm going to use a Raspberry Pi to manually trigger the audio, but then I have to Bluetooth into it.
Takes the image, takes all the pixels, finds the average colour, matches it to a list of colour names that someone's made, then takes that word, takes it to a text-to-speech program, gets an MP3, and then plays the
Wear this as the 1980s equivalent of an Apple Watch. It'll be the same kind of inspiration and passion that Apple was founded on.
So the next session we did creative entrepreneurship, and we had 3 speakers who were all from very different backgrounds.
We had a student from the local college who set up a non-for-profit organisation which takes unused bikes and recycles them, repurposes them, and then sends them to children around the world that can't get to school so that they can get to school, because a lot of schools in the areas that he sends the bikes to are like miles away. Then we had a self-employed placement year student, Hannah Mitchell, who she studies fashion textiles, but she's basically set up a kind of like a bespoke lingerie company, and it's all kind of like hand craft lingerie, like really like beautiful items. And then finally we had Dr. Stella Adajiri, who set up Portsbridge Education Services Limited, which kind of takes students from Nigeria and brings them over to Portsmouth and the campus here for an educational experience.
We had our celebration evening, which was very fun.
We kind of set up boards that kind of showed a little bit about each session, things that were made in session. So it was really good just to kind of put it all in one space. Future for Innovolvement is sort of a continuation of what we've been doing, but just more a targeted and focused way of kind of getting these projects up and running, and being a really diverse and dynamic group of people that we've had. We've had people from different courses, not only within CCI but actually outside of CCI, which was probably our main goal for us as students as well. It's been a way to kind of network across the university, and I know I've sort of gained an insight into other courses and the way that other faculties and schools work, so that's been really, really cool.
But next year, hopefully there will be a chance for an activities week, so students and staff can go to different faculties. If you're a designer, go see the science labs. If you're a scientist, go and see the fashion studio or the TV studio, vice versa. That's what we really want to do. So we're going to hopefully guide the new ambassador in that direction.